Hey, Sean Chandler here, and what I'm going to try and do with these video blogs is just kind of talk about what's going on with me in the world of my channels and my channel's growth, what I'm learning as I go through things. They're not scripted, I'm not trying to educate you, they're just videos of a real guy figuring out how to have a YouTube channel and grow it and be successful with it, and talking about what I'm learning as I go along. So sometimes I might even make one of these, talk about something, say something really stupid, and discover I was wrong, and I can quickly update it. The point of these is really, like I said, just to track the journey as I go along to the level that I didn't even realize that I was carrying this dart until just this moment as I was talking. That's the level of detail I put into these. With that said, what I've kind of been working on and learning the last week is how to do streaming live directly to YouTube without having a bunch of fancy, expensive equipment. I've got a MacBook Pro. It's a year and a half, 2 years old, 8 megabytes of RAM, not super souped up or anything like that. It's got the SSD drive, the faster version of the hard drive, but that's about it. I don't have a super great computer. I just have a good computer, a solid computer. And so when it came to live streaming, I've had a lot of technical problems in trying to do it. Low frame rate, choppy video, all kinds of problems that you run with that. So what I attempted to do to solve that was I went out and I bought a C922 by Logitech, which by all accounts is a very, very popular, widely used webcam. My hope was that having a separate webcam from my laptop itself would resolve the streaming issues, have less CPU usage, and be able to have higher quality, higher resolution with faster frame rate. My end result, after 2-3 days of having it, experimenting, watching tons of videos on YouTube, my end result was that I returned it and realized I can get better quality just by fiddling with the settings, which I can do with the camera I'm using right now, which is the camera inside of my MacBook Pro. There was no benefits for using the C922 that I could find for the problems I was having for what I need to do with my computer, with the setup that I have, other than the software that comes with the Logitech allows you to adjust the camera, the exposure, the color saturation, the contrast, the brightness, the white balance, which that was it. Which I will say, that is a gigantic plus for me. I like to do a lot of color correction and fiddle with it just right to get the look that I want. I like it to be somewhat stylized, a little bit interesting to the eye. So that was a huge plus, and it gave me a lot more flexibility in trying to shoot my videos, in the fact that I'm just in a room at my house. This used to be my daughter's room, as you can tell from looking right over here, with some stuff that's some remnants from that. But it's just an old room in my house that with cardboard on the back of the wall with just some can lights in front of me. And so being able to adjust it was nice. It just wasn't $100 nice. It was just kind of like, okay, that's cool. But this is not resolving my frame rate issues, my CPU issues. In some ways, it had its own set of problems in picking up color. Like right now, the image I'm getting right now was as the default auto setting from my computer's webcam is way better than the default setting I was getting from the Logitech. There just wasn't a lot that was just fundamentally better about what I was getting from it. And the reason I make this video blog about this is because I know that of my little buddies on YouTube, I'm not the only one that went out to go pick up a webcam thinking it would resolve this problem. It didn't. Perhaps some of you that are watching this, I don't know if anyone's going to watch this, but perhaps some of you watching this have experimented with live streaming. You have a better grasp of how all of this works than I do, and could inform me on the side of what I need to do to get better quality stuff. My conclusion at this point in time is it's not about getting a better camera. The simple fact of the matter is that I have a pretty good consumer grade computer. I do not have a workhorse desktop designed for that type of processing. Therefore, trying to stream while uploading taxes the CPU extensively. So if it's not at a smaller, if it's not at like 480, immediately CPU starts spiking and the frame rate drops substantially, and it causes issues. And that's what I've kind of discovered with both of the cameras, switching back and forth between my webcam built in the computer as well as the Logitech. Both of them had their ups and downs versus if I experimented just lowering the quality, and some were better at different things. At the end of the day, there was just not $100 worth of value. There really wasn't much value at all to the Logitech versus the built-in FaceTime camera in my MacBook Pro. I don't have any big gigantic answers for you. I don't have any the things I've discovered, just the reality that you can't, and this is pretty obvious, but you can't get professional grade live streaming using a $100 camera. That obviously wouldn't make sense. I was hoping I could get adequate frame rate, adequate picture quality that's webcam. I was hoping I could get that. You can't do that with thinking you can do that with $100 worth of equipment. The technology these days is great, and sometimes it's surprising because of the stuff sometimes your phone can do, because it's so integrated into the hardware with the software that it can just do something single-handedly, whereas in the case of with this camera, it doesn't work, or excuse me, with laptop, it doesn't work quite that simply, unfortunately. So that's Sean Chandler for Real Creators. As a real creator on YouTube, making real videos for real people. I'm not a professional. I'm just you, learning as I go. I hope this is helpful for you. If you can be helpful to me, join me in the comment section. Talk about your issues with live streaming and the positives, negatives you've experienced. What has helped you when it comes to trying to get better quality, higher resolution live streaming on YouTube? Thank you for watching.